Today I will be going over the different stats and bonuses for each armor set in 7 Days to Die. For each set, we will go over the helmet, outfit, gloves, boots, and bonus ability tier for having the whole set. As I go over them, I will discuss which sets are worth going for, or if there's a specific piece you can take from a set that is worth having. And at the end, I'll give you my meta combo that I prefer to run if you are interested. I will be referring to the stats that are given at tier 6, so know that most of these are the maxed out version, and with lower tier the benefits are the same but not as effective. Let's get straight into it with the primitive armor. Now I will divide this video into 3 parts, the light, medium, and heavy armor. Primitive is the first of the light. It's good to know that the armor rating for the light armor sits around 49.5 and the mobility stays at 100%. The stamina regeneration is also better with the light armor, with you getting around 8.5 stamina per second. And for the primitive armor specifically, the helmet, outfit, gloves, and boots do not have any bonuses. And even with the full set, you also will not get any type of bonus. So this is easily the worst armor set because there are no bonuses. The only benefit is that it doesn't slow you down, but you will get the same if not better mobility from the other light armors, with also better overall stats and bonuses. The only thing this armor is better than is no armor, but other than that, with no other pieces of armor, this one is definitely not worth having. This will basically be your only choice early game, but look to move on from it as soon as possible. Now moving on to Lumberjack. The helmet increases the amount of wood you harvest from a tree with up to 50%. The outfit unlocks up to 10 backpack slots, so you don't have to unlock pack mule. The gloves increase axe damage by up to 15. The boots will increase your stamina while running, and for having the whole set, you will use a lot less stamina when using axes, all the way up to 30% reduction. The armor isn't terrible, but it is really specific to just chopping down trees as you'd expect from a lumberjack. But getting the unlocked backpack slots might be pretty beneficial and save you the points from wasting them on pack mule and use somewhere else. Overall, not worth going out of the way for, but if you do want to have it on the side for when you do cut down a bunch of trees, it might be pretty beneficial. Now moving on to Preacher, the helmet gives you up to 20% discounted buying. While that is good, there are definitely better helmets that give you 20% discount on both buying and selling, which we will go over later. The outfit gives you up to 20% zombie damage resistance. Gloves give you up to 60% damage boost to zombies. Boots give you up to 20% more healing. And with the whole set, you get up to 40% critical damage resistance. General armor rating stats are the same as the other light armor. This is easily one of the best light armor sets, in large part due to the gloves. 60% damage boost is a huge bonus for just one piece of armor and would almost be worth building a whole set for. But luckily you can just get the gloves and match them with other sets. The main difference with this one also, compared to the other ones, is the 56% critical resistance. This, combined with the offensive bonuses, makes the set very good overall and definitely worth going for. If not, I highly at least recommend going for the gloves. If you're wondering how I am able to go into third person, I do have a video for that on my channel. I will tag it here and also at the end of the video. While you are there, also make sure to subscribe for more tips and tricks on 7 Days to Die. I greatly appreciate it if you do. Now moving on to Rogue. Helmet gives up to 20% loot increase. Outfit reduces noise and increases crouch speed by up to 20%. Gloves increase break-in speed and tool efficiency with less breaks by up to 20%. This is mainly referring to when using lockpicks on a safe. Boots allow for safer fall distance, so for the boots that do this will help to replace those parkour perks, so you can go ahead and save on those. And finally, for having the whole set, you get up to 30% more cash and dukes in the loot. Once again, the boots here are great, but if you do have any of the perks that already prevent fall damage, they might be pretty obsolete. But if you are somebody who constantly deals with sprained or broken legs, these boots will definitely help you. The hood is definitely the best item here, with the 20% loot increase, and can be increased with additional mods. Whenever you decide to go on looting runs, it can be very useful to have one of these. And then the overall bonus of 30% more cash and dukes is cool, but isn't worth getting the whole set for. This set is okay, definitely not something I would go out of my way for, definitely not making the entire thing. The only thing I would take from here is the hood, and occasionally use that when looting. Next we have the Athletic. This helmet gives you a discount for food and drugs by 20%. Outfit increases max health by 20, gloves increase max stamina by 50, and then you have a faster run speed by 20% with the boots. The overall set bonus allows you to use less food and water by up to 60%. This is a really great set for traveling really long distances without having to worry so much about food and water. But as you're progressing through the game and food and water become less of a problem, as well as having vehicles, this one will kind of be obsolete. The increased max health and stamina is great, but you also don't want to be getting hit as much with this light set. Maybe it will be great for digging and mining, but there are already specific sets for that are much better than this one. It's not completely completely useless, there are just more useful sets out there. Yes, you can also avoid zombies like crazy, but if you get hit once and get stunned, you are done for. Even if you want to use it to be as agile as possible, there's also the assassin set, which is much better than this one. The speed boost is nice, but definitely not worth having this whole set for. I would recommend maybe taking these boots and matching them with other sets, but there are other sets later on for the medium and heavy classes that also give you a speed boost. Now moving on to Enforcer, the last of the light armor. This helmet gives you better buying and selling by up to 20% with the traders. Critical injury resistance increased by 40% with the outfit. Gloves use less fuel in vehicles by 20%. Boots help you run faster by 20%. And the overall set bonus gives you faster reload speed and damage increase for the 44 Magnum by up to 50%. The helmet for this one is the best barter helmet with 20% for both buying and selling, as opposed to the other ones so far that just allow for one category. Definitely recommend holding onto your coins and items you want to sell before going in, and then going in with this helmet to get that 20% bonus. The damage resistance is very nice with this set, as well as the 20% speed boost like the athletic one, but overall I don't think this armor set is very useful. The bonus specific to the 44 Magnum is pretty useless, unless you plan on being like Rick Grimes. You won't really get much for this class. Like I said, it does have great critical resistance, but the only piece I would take away from here is the helmet and boots. Getting the whole set is definitely not worth it. And just like the other light armor sets, the armor rating sits at around 49 with mobility at 100%. But for these light armor sets, these classes are best for if you're moving around, not if you're going to be in enclosed spaces fighting zombies. But let's now go into the medium armor sets. The general rating for medium armor is armor rating at around 69, explosive resistance at 69, critical resistance around 18%, stamina down to 5.12 per second, and then mobility at 80%. It is good to know that you will also be a little bit louder with this class when compared to the light armor. First of the medium armor sets is Farmer. With this helmet, you get up to 20% more seeds found in loot. Outfit at tier 6 gives you a 100% chance for extra crops. Gloves increase rifle damage by up to 20%. Boots increase seed harvest chance by up to 20%. And finally, for having the whole set, your health from food increases by 40%. As the name says, this is best for strictly farming. If you are running a farm, you might want to have a crate nearby with this armor set to harvest crops more efficiently. Unless you are obsessed with farming and rifles, this class isn't going to be for you. Like I said, if you do have the resources, have it next to a farm for whenever you do go through and harvest. Now for the biker, helmet increases stun resistance by 20%, outfit increases max health by up to 20, gloves increase melee damage by up to 60%, and then finally the boots use less melee stamina by about 20%. Bonus for this set is an armor buff and also 20% fuel reduction. With the full set, the armor rating does go from 69 to 75, allowing for almost heavy armor protection with a medium class. This is definitely a set that I find worth going for in terms of having the whole set. I find each bonus to be useful, as well as the bonus for having the whole set. The only thing with this one is that there isn't one piece that's completely better than anything else you can find. The only thing that I might take from this one is the outfit, but running it as its whole set is pretty good. Next we have Scavenger. For this, the helmet increases salvage XP by up to 60%, outfit gives you up to 10 more backpack slots just like the Lumberjack one, gloves increase salvage harvest up to 30%, boots decrease salvage stamina use by up to 20%, and finally for having the whole set, the loot stage is increased by up to 20%. I find this set to be very useful going on loot runs. You can also save on the skill points like with Pack Mule. Thanks to the outfit, you can harvest a lot more efficiency while also collecting better loot thanks to the loot stage bonus. If you know you are going to be out looting and harvesting for a while, this is the best complete set to take and something I am running. Not exactly something I'd be running all the time, as there is a better combination to be running more balanced for everything. Already I know the Rogue helmet gives the loot stage bonus alone, which is really the best bonus here, but if you are looking to go out and salvage a lot, this is a great set to have on hand. Next we have the Ranger. This helmet increases barter, buy and sell by up to 20%, outfit increases max health by 20, gloves increase revolver and lever rifle damage by up to 20%, boots increase max stamina by 60, and finally for having the whole set, the revolver and lever rifle reload speed is increased by up to 50%. Once again, like the Enforcer, unless you plan on being Rick Grimes, a few of those bonuses might not be useful at all. Those weapons are also not great and wouldn't be used otherwise. The increased stamina and health is great, but there are a lot of bonuses that are kind of being wasted here and can be replaced with something else. The helmet, like the Enforcer helmet, does provide the same benefits, and those are definitely worth having on the side for when you know you're going to go trade. I am overall not the biggest fan of this one or the Enforcer outside of the helmets. It does have some great features, but with the revolver and lever rifle being a huge focus, those are kind of a waste. You'll probably end up using better weapons than those, making those bonuses pretty obsolete. Now onto Commando. This helmet increases stun resistance up to 20%, outfit increases critical heal by up to 20%, gloves increase range damage by up to 50%, run speed again is increased by 20%, and if you guys notice, I have mentioned a couple duplicate bonuses. Really what you could do with these is choose whether you want to run the lighter armor and be faster, or you want to run the heavier armor and have that same bonus. It's all up to you. For example, with these Commando boots and them having the run speed increase, I will go ahead and choose these over the light armor ones, just to get that extra little armor rating for my overall set. That doesn't mean I'll go ahead and run the whole Commando outfit. I just mix and matched and pick whatever I believe had the best bonuses, while also giving me the best armor rating and allowing for good mobility. And then for having the whole set for this one, your recovery item speed is increased by 50%. This overall isn't really worth going for. Once again, taking these boots with the increased run speed is the best thing to do so far. When compared to the other speed boots, these ones offer a higher armor rating, giving you better speed and better protection. The other bonuses for resistance, offensive, and healing boosts, this build does seem like it almost serves as a medic, but of course only for you. Moving on to the next one, we have the Assassin. Assassin increases sneak damage by up to 60%, outfit increases sneak effectiveness by up to 20%, gloves increase attack speed with the knife and pistol increased by up to 20%, boots reduce noise by 100%, and if you didn't know, these actually apply to every single tier with these Assassin boots. So whether it's level 1 or level 6, they have 100% noise reduction. And for the whole set, enemies will lose track of you with a shorter amount of time. With the set maxed out, basically enemies will stop chasing you as soon as you get out of sight. With this set, it basically gives you some of the benefits Hidden Strike and In the Shadows perks give you. So if you don't want to waste your skill points on that, maybe you choose to go for this set instead. This one is great, but it isn't ideal for situations where you get caught by a mob of zombies. It has some benefits for that, but there are better choices for overall survival. It's the best for not getting caught, but not the best once you're already engaged. We are now moving into the heavy sets of armor. These generally sit around 84 armor rating with 26% critical damage protection and mobility decreased to 70%, and of course being louder than the medium armor and significantly louder than the light armor. Starting off with a miner, this helmet gives you a mining harvest increase by up to 30%, outfit reduces stamina loss by up to 30%, gloves increase block damage by up to 50%, boots help to decrease fall damage, once again helping like perks such as parkour, and for having the whole set, tools degrade up to 35% slower. This set is specifically good strictly for mining as it says. When combined with Miner 69er and Motherload upgrades, it is worth going for as an extra set for whenever you have to go mining. Since it is a heavy set, you will be slowed down a lot, but of course it does have better protection. There are definitely better overall options, but it is worth going for whenever you do want to mine. Next, we have the Nomad. This helmet decreases food and water loss by up to 60%. The outfit gives you an additional 10 backpack slots. Gloves increase damage to rads by up to 50%. Boots increase run speed by 20%. And for having the whole set, stamina recovery costs less by up to 30%. This is another set that is good for going on crazy adventures, but since it is a heavy set, I probably wouldn't unless I made up for the agility elsewhere, either with perks or mods. While not having to worry about food and water is great, I feel like once you get to a certain point, you're usually doing well enough and you don't need to worry so much about getting food and water, as you would probably have an efficient supply or a sufficient producing system. The gloves here are very specific to rad zombies, so you can find better ones elsewhere, such as the Brogue gloves. The outfit and the boots are worth running for the bonuses and having that heavy armor protection, but the overall set is not. Now moving on to the Nerd, this helmet gives you an XP bonus up to 20% for everything. The outfit increases magazine point chance by 50%, gloves increase baton damage by 60%, boots once again help with decreasing fall damage, and for having the whole set, weapon and tool degradation decreased by 35%. The XP bonus for the helmet is very good for trying to level up as fast as possible, and even more so with item mods and other enhancements. Then you have the magazine point increase, which is great since you will be able to unlock more in the game whenever you do have magazine stashes. It's worth saving your magazines and raiding them all at once with this outfit on. The rest of the set is okay, but those are the two pieces that are worth going for the most. And finally, before we get into the ideal combination that I run, we have the Raider set. This helmet increases stun resistance by up to 100%. Outfit increases critical heal by up to 50%. Gloves increase melee damage by 60%. Boots once again will decrease your fall damage. And then finally, for having the whole set, critical resistance is increased by 45%. General stats are the same as the rest of the heavy armor, except for this one has a 72% critical resistance when compared to the 26% for the other ones. If you want to be able to just stand in front of zombies and melee back and forth with them and take as little punishment as possible, this is the class. The insane critical resistance buffs as well as the melee damage make this perfect for that. There's no way one zombie can do much to you really ever again with this set. The only way of really stopping you is if a horde catches you with low stamina, and of course, since this is heavy armor, you can't get out very quickly. With that said, it is definitely not agile, but is definitely the tankiest set you can get. Great overall set, but honestly not the best combination you can run. For that, you want to run your own custom mix and match, which this is what I would run. For my helmet, I would wear the Raider helmet. This heavy piece of armor will help significantly with the armor rating, as well as the bonus of 100% stun resistance will honestly save you from a lot of situations. 90% of my deaths are because I got stunned and got stuck and started getting swarmed by zombies. Without being able to be stunned, as long as I can run fast enough, I will be able to get away. And I know the heavy set will slow you down and make you louder, but I make up for it with what I have later. Next, we have the Nomad outfit. This is to increase your backpack slots by 10 so that you don't have to waste it on perks such as pack mule. Another heavy piece of armor, so you will have a pretty high rating at this point. And then next we have the Preacher gloves. So you lose out on a little bit of the armor rating, but in return you'll get back some of your mobility. Also, these are definitely the best glove bonus with up to 60% increased damage to all zombies, making killing zombies much easier and much more efficient. Then finally we have the Commando boots. These are a medium set, so they're not going to slow you down too much, and even if they did, these also give you that 20% speed boost that we mentioned earlier, while also having that decent medium armor rating. Overall, this class provides a great armor rating and has great bonuses for both defense and offense, and I think is the best possible combination. You do lose out on a bonus set, but I don't believe that there's one set altogether that outmatches this one. Now, I didn't include the nerd helmet here because I personally don't prioritize leveling up. I would rather wear the other helmet since it does have that 100% stun resistance and will prevent you from dying. But if you do really want to level up faster, it is worth having that nerd helmet and having it on the side for when you know you're going to be getting a bunch of XP, whether you're mining, trading, scrapping a bunch of stuff, whatever you're doing. The only thing you would lose out on is that 100% stun resistance, but it's not the worst idea to have that nerd helmet instead. Also, if you would rather spend the points on upgrading pack mule, or maybe you have all the pocket mods you need to where you don't need that bonus from the outfit, you can change your outfit for either something like the Raider outfit or maybe even something like the Biker that gives you 20 max health bonus while also offering the medium armor rating and maintaining better mobility. You guys can mix and match as you wish. These are just the sets that I will likely be running. Once again, make sure to click the subscribe button down below, especially if you love 7 Days to Die as much as I do. You'll get more content like this so you can enjoy the game at its best. Hope you guys found this video useful. Till next time, love you. See ya.